7 foods that people with diabetes should avoid to maintain health and stabilize blood sugar. As we know, nutrition plays an important role in maintaining health and preventing dangerous complications of diabetes. So what foods should diabetics avoid to maintain the best health? Today's article will provide foods to avoid and useful advice for people with diabetes. If you find the video interesting and useful, please like and subscribe to the channel to learn more useful videos. I wish you good health. And now let's start the first video. 1. Sugar and sweets. Foods high in sugar, especially refined sugar, are one of the first foods to avoid for people with diabetes. Sweets such as cakes, candies, soft drinks, and desserts with high sugar content will quickly increase blood sugar levels after consumption, putting great pressure on the pancreas. In addition, consuming a lot of refined sugar also leads to insulin resistance, increasing the risk of complications of diabetes. Patients should limit these foods as much as possible in their daily meals. Refined sugars such as white sugar, honey, molasses, syrups, as well as sugary desserts such as candy, ice cream, jam, and sugary soft drinks all cause a sudden increase in blood sugar levels. When consuming these foods, sugar is quickly absorbed into the blood, increasing glucose levels rapidly, easily leading to the risk of sudden high blood sugar. People with diabetes should limit these foods as much as possible and replace them with fresh fruits rich in fiber, in moderation if they need a natural sweet taste. Reduce the consumption of sugary snacks such as chocolate, cookies, or soft drinks. Instead, you should choose snacks that are good for diabetics such as fruit, yogurt, or some unsalted nuts. Limit consumption of sugary drinks such as milk tea and bottled soft drinks. 2. White starch. Processed starches such as white bread, white rice, white noodles, and rice noodles have a high glycemic index (GI) and can quickly increase blood sugar levels. Because during processing most of the fiber in grains has been removed, they are easily absorbed into the body. When consuming white starches, blood sugar can rise rapidly and increase the risk of complications related to diabetes and make the condition worse. Starch group: whole grains, beans, rice with bran, vegetables are processed by steaming, boiling, baking, and minimizing frying and stir-frying. Root vegetables such as yams, sweet potatoes, or cassava also provide a lot of starch, so if diabetics eat these, they need to reduce or cut out rice. Meat and fish group. The diet for diabetics should include fish, lean meat, skinless poultry, defatted meat, beans, prepared simply such as steaming, boiling, pan-frying to reduce fat. Fat and sugar group. Foods containing unsaturated fats are prioritized in the diet for diabetics such as soybean oil, sesame, fish oil, fish fat, olive. Vegetable group. People with diabetes should eat more fiber in their menu through simple preparation methods such as eating raw, steaming, boiling, mixed vegetables, but should not use too many fatty sauces. Fruits. Diabetics' diet should increase fresh fruit intake, should not be processed by adding cream, milk. Limit eating sweet ripe fruits such as ripe bananas, durian, ripe persimmons, ripe mangoes. To control blood sugar well, diabetics should replace with complex starches such as brown rice, oats, whole grains, or sweet potatoes because they have a low GI index and are richer in fiber, protein, vitamins, minerals, which will be very good for health. 3. Fruits. Fruit juices with sugar. Durian. Durian is one of the fruits that diabetics should not eat because of its high sugar content. Therefore, if you are a diabetic, you should avoid this fruit. If you want to eat it, you should only eat a maximum of one small segment and not eat it for many consecutive days to ensure that it does not affect the amount of glucose in your blood. Jackfruit. Similar to durian, jackfruit is also a fruit with a high sugar content that diabetics need to limit. The sugar content in jackfruit or durian is studied to be equivalent to a bowl of white rice or a can of Coca-Cola. Ripe mango. If green mango is recommended for diabetics to eat, ripe mango is a fruit that should be limited. The skin of green mangoes contains insulin compounds that are good for the health of diabetics. When the mango is ripe, the sugar content increases, so diabetics need to balance their consumption to not affect their condition. Ripe pineapple. Pineapple, also known as pineapple, contains many vitamins and minerals and also has anti-inflammatory properties. Therefore, it is very good for health. However, when ripe, pineapple contains a lot of sugar. Therefore, diabetics should only eat pineapple in moderation, not too much or continuously to ensure that it does not affect their health. Lychee, longan. Although not completely abstaining, people with diabetes should only eat 1 to 2 lychees or longans and should only eat fresh fruit. These two fruits have a fairly low fiber content while the sugar content is very high. In addition, diabetics should also pay attention to eating a few lychees and longans away from main meals. Ripe bananas. Bananas contain a lot of sugar even when they are not ripe. When fully ripe, the sugar content will increase even more. Therefore, diabetics should avoid this fruit, especially when fully ripe. Watermelon. And consuming watermelon has the potential to increase blood sugar levels, especially when drinking watermelon juice or smoothies. Therefore, patients should only eat 1 to 2 slices of watermelon as a snack. Eating fruit properly not only provides nutrients but also ensures good control of blood sugar levels in people with diabetes. To avoid increasing blood sugar levels, people with diabetes need to pay attention to the following issues when eating fruit. Limit processing fruit smoothies or drinking fruit juice because in these forms, sugar will be absorbed faster into the blood. Do not eat too much of any type of fruit or eat it continuously for many days in a row. Although natural fruit can be good, fruit juice, especially sugary juice, is not a good choice for people with diabetes. Fruit juice loses beneficial fiber, making the sugar in the juice easily absorbed into the blood and causing hyperglycemia. Bottled juices often contain a lot of added sugar, which increases blood glucose levels even faster. Therefore, diabetics should avoid sugary fruit juices and drink water, unsweetened tea or juices from fresh fruits with low sugar such as orange, grapefruit, lemon in moderation. 4. Fried foods. Some studies have found that fried foods can put you at higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. People who eat fast food more than twice a week have twice the risk of insulin resistance compared to those who eat it less than once a week. Furthermore, studies have also found a strong link between how often participants eat fried foods and their risk of developing type 2 diabetes. People who consume 4 to 6 servings of fried foods per week will likely have a 39% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes than those who eat fried foods less often. Similarly, people who ate fried food 7 or more times a week had a 55% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes than those who consumed less than the same amount of food per week. Fried foods are often coated with flour or dipped in flour before cooking. The flour adds carbohydrates to the food. For example, a 3-ounce portion of breaded chicken breast has about 10 grams of carbohydrates. You can eat fried foods, but be aware of the carbohydrate content of these foods and try to control your portion sizes. In addition, fried foods are also high in calories and saturated fat, which can lead to weight gain and increased cholesterol. Fried foods such as French fries, fried chicken, and fried cakes are not only high in fat but also high in trans fats. Trans fats and saturated fats increase bad cholesterol levels, which can lead to weight gain and reduce insulin sensitivity, increasing the risk of poor blood sugar control. People with diabetes should limit fried foods and prioritize healthier cooking methods such as baking, steaming, boiling, or stir-frying with little oil to ensure the least amount of fat possible. Eating a reasonable diet will help the disease gradually decrease and not make the disease worse. 5. Processed cakes and fast foods. Most cakes and cookies are not good for people with diabetes. The white carbohydrates in white bread, rice, and pasta have almost no nutritional value. They can also cause spikes in blood sugar and weight gain, as well as increased low-density lipoprotein cholesterol, bad cholesterol. However, fast foods are often high in fat, which increases fatty acids and triglycerides in the blood. Both of these substances inhibit the action of insulin, causing blood sugar levels to stay high. Therefore, regularly eating processed foods is a diabetes-causing eating habit that you need to give up right now. Cookies, sweetbreads, cakes, sponge cakes, and fast foods are all processed foods that are high in sugar, refined starches, and saturated fats. In addition, fast food can also contain preservatives and other additives, which are harmful to cardiovascular health. The high glycemic index of fast food also causes blood sugar levels to rise rapidly, which is not suitable for people with diabetes. If you need a snack, you can choose unsalted nuts, low-sugar fresh fruit, or unsweetened yogurt. Increase your intake of fresh vegetables and fruits. You can eat them directly or process them into dishes, juices, or smoothies to enjoy every day. The natural sweetness of fruits does not affect blood sugar levels and even provides the body with essential nutrients and vitamins. Reduce your intake of sugary snacks such as chocolate, cookies, or soft drinks. Instead, you should choose snacks that are good for people with diabetes such as fruit, yogurt, or some unsalted nuts. Limit your intake of sugary drinks such as milk, tea, and bottled soft drinks. It is best to drink fluids such as water or fruit juice to provide better health benefits. Establish and follow a scientific, balanced diet, avoiding excess intake of nutrients that are not good for the body. When buying or choosing any product, you should also read the nutrition label carefully to determine the amount of sugar and the type of sugar in that food. This will help you control your sugar intake effectively. 6. Condensed milk and sweetened yogurt. Milk and dairy products can provide a lot of calcium and important nutrients, but for people with diabetes, choose skim or low-fat milk. Whole milk and full-fat dairy products contain a lot of saturated fat, which can increase the risk of cardiovascular disease and weight gain, negatively affecting blood sugar control. Low-fat or unsweetened dairy products are better choices for people with diabetes. Sweetened condensed milk, sweetened yogurts, or flavored yogurts often contain a lot of sugar and sweeteners, which are not good for blood sugar control. Instead of choosing sweetened milk and yogurt, people with diabetes can use unsweetened milk or unsweetened yogurt to provide calcium and protein without affecting blood sugar levels. In addition, you can add fresh fruit with little sugar or chia seeds to enhance the flavor and add fiber to the meal, which also contributes to a more delicious taste. Which milk should people with diabetes choose? Replace full-fat dairy products with low-fat or fat-free dairy products and non-dairy milk, e.g., almond or soy milk. 7. Dried fruit. Many people wonder if diabetics can eat dried fruit. The answer is no. Dried foods contain much higher sugar content than fresh fruit, which can easily cause increased blood sugar after consumption. Fruit juice also contains a lot of sugar and lacks the necessary fiber, causing the absorption of sugar into the blood faster. Dried fruit, after removing all the water, the sugar content in dried fruit will be concentrated, so it is much higher than fresh fruit. Therefore, diabetics should limit eating dried fruit, especially fruits such as grapes, apricots, peaches, plums, dates, etc. In addition, many types of dried fruit also contain bleach, disinfectants, preservatives, etc., which are not good for the health of people with diabetes. Dried fruits such as raisins, dried mangoes, dried jackfruit, and dates contain very high levels of natural sugar. When fruit is dried, the water is removed, causing the sugar content to be more concentrated than in fresh fruit, which can easily cause hyperglycemia. Diabetics should limit dried fruit and replace it with fresh fruits with a low glycemic index such as apples, grapefruit, pears, or oranges in reasonable portions. Instead of eating dried fruit or drinking juice, patients should choose fresh fruits rich in fiber such as apples, pears, blueberries, etc., to ensure that the disease does not progress more seriously. Conclusion: to better control diabetes, patients should choose foods with a low glycemic index, rich in fiber, and minimally processed. Stay away from foods high in sugar, trans fat, and refined starch, which will help maintain stable blood sugar, improve health, and reduce the risk of complications from diabetes. Diabetics should increase their intake of foods rich in vitamins, minerals, trace elements, and fibers such as green vegetables, tubers, and low-sugar fruits. Eat hot foods, drink warm water, do not eat sweets, jams when hungry. Instead, eat whole grains, unsweetened milk. Diabetics need to follow a scientific diet to control blood sugar well and prevent complications. Foods containing refined sugar, refined starch, saturated fat, and alcoholic products are the answer to the question of what to avoid eating with diabetes. At the same time, choosing healthy foods such as brown rice, oats, and vegetables rich in fiber will help maintain health and stabilize blood sugar levels. Here I have shown you 7 foods that people with diabetes should not eat. Thank you for watching the video.